Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Ali Azaz and I am Head of Alumni Relations UCP. Today with us we have Hassan I. Khawaja, who is an alumni of UCP and a graduate of batch 1995. He's working as an HR practitioner from last 25 years and successfully doing his work and spending his professional life and personal as well around the globe. So Hassan, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, good Azaz. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, how are you feeling to connected back with UCP after such a long
Uh,
time?
yeah, that's very interesting, and I'm really thankful to you and the organization to give me this opportunity to reconnect with the PCBA. Let me call it PCBA. I feel more connected after a long time. However, mashallah, now PCBA has become like a university since long and offering so many disciplines. I'm so happy to kind of come back.
Great. So, Hassan, starting with your, professional life, can you tell us more about your professional practices and what you have been doing since so many years?
Yes, I'll try to be as brief as I can. I started my career from Pakistan after graduating from PCBA in 1995 and worked in two, three sectors in Pakistan, including industrial, construction, and manufacturing, which has helped me to understand more of people and organizational related issue. Then I moved out back in 2004 to Middle East and mainly stationed at Qatar. However, uh, going to UAE and the other places to understand more of their culture and the work practices in their organizations. So since 2004, I'm in Qatar, and here I worked in various sectors as well. So this is more of my working culture or working styles concerned. But during this time, I've been associated as an alumni or as a chartered member with various organizations in the world with regard to HR and management, and mentored and coached various professionals, those who have been working in different fields, not in one sector, but many sectors. So somehow I have had good experience working with people across the globe.
Great to know. Great to know. So, what about your, memories and what about your learning at PCBA, which has now become UCP? So, uh, how fond you are of those memories and those learnings?
Actually, very good memories. If I would say, did my bachelor's and master's from Government College, University, which is also called now University. At, GC at that time was a public sector university. So the mindset was more of government related jobs, more of students, those who complete their masters, they can go back to public sector. However, at that time, PCB was started as a private university or private college, you can say, and the whole concept, the mindset of the management and teacher was more towards helping the corporate sector. So it was a transition from a public mindset to a private entity, going to the private entity. So that was the background. And based on that, all studies, the environment, the culture, you can say the way people react and act and behave, all based on private sector. Although in Pakistan it was not very well developed, the private sector at that time, in a way, the corporate sector. However, we were kind of gone through so many, you can say, case studies, so many research projects, so many discussions, so many projects to understand how we can fit in the private sector. And this has helped us a lot. And this is my kind of initial start moving towards corporate sector.
Very nice. And if I become a bit precise, so your did your stay at UCP made you job ready at that time?
For sure, for sure. I repeated 2 times because the teachers, most of them, they completed their masters, although they were not like very well trained teacher, but well qualified professionals. So they finished their masters or PhDs from USA. Some were from private sector, and some and couple of them were they were from public sector. So they knew very well what is the requirement of the industry. So they help us, or they molded us from a student to a business professional. Yes, I 100% endorse this.
Great. So do you remember any name of any of your teacher?
Many. I can take maybe a few of them. Dr. Nayyar Raza Zaidi, he taught us accounting. He taught us business communication. He was the one who kind of, instilled the confidence. Then we have had Mr. Khalilur Rahman. He completed his MBA or BBA from US, Oklahoma. And he really helped us to understand the intricacies of marketing, management, business, and there were so many others. And so everyone has played his or her role in terms of developing us as a market ready product.
Good to hear. What about your class fellows and campus life? I mean, now if we see UCP, it's full of, diverse and vibrant campus lives. Was it
Yeah.
then as well?
That time it was study, study, and study. We have one room, it was called brainstorming room, where we used to go and curse our teachers and curse the grilling and grounding, and starting at 7:30 and finishing at 12 midnight. So that was life. That was the life. However, then we started the debates and the dematics and other areas where we kind of were involved, since it was the very beginning of the concept. So not many people joined those extracurricular, but those are very helpful activities basically.
And what about your class fellows and friends of that time who were studying in UCP? What are they doing nowadays? Are you connected with any of them?
Yeah, I've connected with lots of them. Mashallah, they are very well settled in their life, personal as well as professional. Some of them are, mashallah, heading organization as CEOs or CEOs. Some are even having their own businesses as chairman or a kind of investors. So if I see my last batch, like we graduated, I think 80% of them are settled outside Pakistan. And those who are in Pakistan, mashallah, they are doing very well as well.
Very, very, nice to hear that. Okay, as we have recorded an our radio show as well last week. There is a frequently asked question as a response to that show. Current students, they have asked that is it necessary, since you are an master degree holder yourself and you are a professionally trained certified trainer as well. So students were asking that is it necessary to do masters, or certifications can help them as well to be successful in their career or in their professional life. So what's your
Okay.
take on it?
Yeah. When we were doing masters or when we were studying, I would say there were not many certifications available. I think mostly certifications were available in the field of accounts and finance. However, in human resources, in marketing, and the other fields, quality management or procurement, they were not. But now there are very, very good international certifications available. They are as good as any master's degree, as well as they are as challenging as any professional degree. So if students, they get an opportunity to get those certification, it would definitely help them. However, some of certifications are very specific in the sub areas of field. Master gives you a kind of overall picture and overall understanding of a discipline. Certification is more focused on a particular area or particular field. Okay. Having said that, if you get the certification or if you get a good certificate, go for your job, do your job, and if you get an opportunity, go for masters. It will enhance the whole understanding and perspective of life.
Okay, I truly agree with you on it. So, Hassan, if I ask you that, what advice you would have given yourself if, like 20 years ago, in comparison or in context of your today's experience, or if I rephrase it, what is something that you want to say to the youngsters or the students who are currently studying, our future leaders? What one advice you want to give to them?
Uh, Advice word is I take it kind of something. Perhaps I'm not at a stage to give any advice. I can just share my life experience or kind of what I have seen. If someone would have given me that kind of support, it would have been kind of you could have seen a different Hassan, right? Okay. Uh, and it's not for student, it's for the management of UCP, it's management of our professional departments or the people those who run bureaucracy and the government. uh, Part of Middle Eastern culture or part of Western culture, what I've seen in our Pakistani professionals, their EQ side is not as strong their IQ side. I may say IQ is much stronger than EQ. However, if you really want to be a successful professional, you need to have a very strong emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. It also helps you to have tolerance in you. It also helps you to kind of sell your skills. So this is something which in our country overall we need to work on. However, I'll instead of going macro, I'll be more micro. So as UCP or PCBA, I think this is something which we all need to work. We as an alumni and you guys as part of the institution. So we can join our hands to help our students to make or to make themselves available for the market in terms of their emotional intelligence. And market does not mean the local market. I'm also including international market.
Very nice. If I connect another question to this thing, what you have just said, that do, can you suggest any courses, or do you think that any course which could be added in the curriculum of bachelor's degree or at master's level, which is necessary for the market or for becoming market ready?
I think human psychology is something which I say everyone should read it. Read it, and human psychology of normal people. Normally, there is a stigma associated with psychology. It deals with people, those who are having some challenges. However, if we understand humans and their aspirations and their understanding, and in any culture, humans are humans. They need respect. They want kind of
Yeah.
they should be treated with respect, values. So if we understand these basics, I re-emphasize a word: tolerance. It will help us to be more tolerant towards others' point of views.
Okay. That was really, agreeable and rational approach. Okay, Hassan, before we move towards the end of today's this webinar version of Replug, we just want to, ask you for the last message to your teachers and to the current students, especially of UCP, what you want to, tell them or advise them, or you want to share any experience with them, anything, one last message?
Okay, now I'll negate what I've said it earlier about EQ. Why I'm negating? Because for a student, you have to know the subject matter as well, the knowledge, your studies, your academics. Because if you plot this on the product life cycle, which is almost similar to a professional life cycle, the initial phase is you have to sell yourself, or you have to present yourself with all the technical skills, which I call it's a what. Mean, what do you know based on your studies? And then the second is how you're going to help the organization where you are going. So your what has to be very strong. If your how is the one which is more stronger than what, so then people call you a talker, not a professional. Someone can talk very well. If you have this balance between your what and how, you're gonna be successful individual. So work on your IQ, your knowledge, your studies, and your EQ both.
It's an amazing advice. Thank you very much, Hassan, for being with us today. And it was pleasure hosting you and asking you, different questions about your memories at UCP. And Alumni Relations Office wishes you best for your future. And we hope that when you'll visit Pakistan, you'll come to UCP, you'll come back to your alma mater, and you'll have a live session with students as well.
I would love to. Yes, thank you very much. I'm really ready to give back to my institutions. I'm in touch with my university, which is government college earlier, and we've been kind of arranging session. I'm ready to do with UCP, PCBA, and whatever is possible from my side. I'm happy to share my experience. Thank you very much. Please pay my regards to the management, the faculty, and everyone in UCP. And I still feel I'm very much part of UCP. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And if you viewers, if you want to become a part of this Replug show, or if you want to be featured on this Replug show, get yourself registered with Alumni Relation Office UCP. And Allah Hafiz. It's off from my side.